Today we're back and we're going to be making double chocolate sourdough muffins. So chocolate muffins with some chocolate chips. The recipe doesn't call for it to be like freshly fed starter in the morning, but that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I did. And I'm going to leave them overnight so they have some time to ferment and get some of that sourdough tanginess, lovely flavor that we like. Feedback from all the kids. They asked if I'm now goth or emo. They also said they would like me to dye my hair back. They said, just go back, bleach it, get it brown. Consensus is, we don't like it. Got told I look like a witch, but that's okay. The sun will fade it. And this is the Night Hair channel. So let's get started on our baking. I'm gonna tilt you down and we'll get started. Goth or emo, like, I haven't heard that term in a while. All right, so we're going to get started on the dry ingredients first. We're going to start with some flour. I have my scale underneath, per usual. Katie, figure out which way to go. Huh? I'm just using an all-purpose white flour. You need 240 grams. There's a recipe, it was like a healthier one with some almond flour. And it was also a chocolate one. I was debating about doing it, especially because it had less ingredients than this one calls for. And it's just nice when you have things at home, which we almost had everything here for this, but not quite. 240 grams. Next, you're gonna need 45 grams of cacao. So we got fair trade, Camino, organic, grown by small scale farmers. I don't know, whatever. Cacao powder. We need 45 grams. Oh boy, risky bisky. Oh my goodness, it's more than I thought. Only got 20 grams. Holy Hannah banana. Let's throw this whole guy in here maybe. Just keep it coming. This is gonna be real chocolatey. I don't like chocolate that much. Like I like a banana chocolate chip muffin. Perfect mixture, but like chocolate and chocolate, no bueno. But maybe I'll love these. So now we need a half a teaspoon of baking soda. This is a full teaspoon because I'm too lazy to find the half. So looks halfish. 5 grams of salt, which don't ask me why this whole thing's done in grams except for that 1 teaspoon. I don't know, it's fine. And this is just a sea salt. Salt I use all the time. Sponsored by, no, I'm just kidding. That's it. Mix it up. So I fed my sourdough this morning at 7:30 maybe? Ah, it's a lie. I was at the gym. No, the gym. Yeah, gym opens at 7. That was a big lie. I think it was like 5 something actually. Doesn't really matter that much. So I fed the sourdough started this morning around 5:45. And then because last time it was way too done early and I haven't even looked yet, I put it downstairs in the basement where it's a lot cooler than this kitchen. Although today was a weird temperature. It was like either way too hot or way too cold. So let's see. Hopefully it turned out okay. And I think that looks rather well. So we need 125 grams of sourdough starter. So this was fed at, like I said, 5:45. But if I would have kept it upstairs and hot, it would have been watery and caca-y. But it's got some nice bubbles. It looks good to me. That whole keeping it downstairs in the cool really helped. Because I'm used to winter temperatures still, where it was just like a lot easier to manage when you're not home for quite a bit of time in between. Almost 125. I did too much. Feed this guy later because we want him to stay alive and thrive. And the next step, oh yeah, I forgot I was doing this. Forgot I was doing that. All right, it's just a little coconut oil. Okay, so your next step is 120 grams of oil. And you can do olive oil, you could do avocado oil. I'm doing coconut oil because it's healthier. And sometimes I'm never sure about, what's it called? Olive oil? It's good for you. Olive oil is great for you. But I'm never sure about it in like baking. So what I like to do when I can, if it's calling for vegetable oil, I try to avoid using it. So I'm doing coconut oil. And I'm sure avocado would be good too, but I think that's rather expensive. Coconut oil's a little expensive too, but I haven't bought avocado oil in forever. So this is already measured, 120 grams of oil. Now we need, this is another reason why I kind of didn't want to do this recipe. It calls for a lot of sugar. IMO. We want 200 grams of white sugar. Where the other recipes, like they're just a bit healthier because then you have your chocolate chips too. But I mean, I'm basically going to be giving all these away. Ugh, make it rain so much sugar. Calls for 120, I did less. Shh, don't tell. I did 180. It's not like that much less. Which shouldn't mess around with your dry and wet ingredients, but I did. Now you need 2 eggs. without the shells, unless you really like them. I think you can tell I'm like not the tidiest person, so I have had shells in my stuff a few times, and it's just like the worst texture when you bite into a shell. Ugh. Then I hit 184 grams of sour cream, which I was like excited for because I feel like I really like the idea of a sour cream. What's called muffin. And I don't even know if you can real taste it, but no sour cream. So I'm doing high protein Siggy's yogurt. 12 grams of protein, no sugar added. And then you get your protein. Sour cream, I don't know if it has protein. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I've been craving a sour cream muffin. You know what I think it is because when you go to Tim Hortons and you get that sour cream glazed donut, it just seems like the best ever. I never liked them, but my one buddy from college really liked them and he kind of got me hooked on it. 186. Couldn't have done better if I did it myself. That didn't make sense. Anyway, so I think like sour cream stuff is like way better than it probably is. Now you need 10 grams of vanilla. I'm just using some sadly imitation artificial. Great value. Now you need 60 grams of milk. We're gonna do a little silk protein milk, almond and cajou. Hopefully nobody has some nut issues. They're not issues, they're allergies, which is an issue. Like I always say and recommend, you should go slow with the liquids. That turned out to be 70. Well, that's not that bad. It was only 10 difference. I thought it said 80 for some reason. It was 70. Okay, we're good. What you actually need, because maybe that was confusing, was 60. And that coconut milk, nope, coconut oil is now getting hard. And now we're gonna dump it into one or the other, and then you just want to mix, but don't over mix. And if you're ready to bake them, because you just had leftover, what's it called, sourdough starter from something else that you didn't just feed for this recipe, then you can put them in the oven after this, after the chocolate chips. But I'm not doing that. I'm gonna let it ferment overnight in the fridge. Okay, so we do need, let's just do the chocolate chips. 350 G of chocolate C. And by 50, I meant 15. I didn't know she just watched me open that like a beast, but she didn't. My mom was really hooked on Duolingo for a while, if anyone cares. Real hooked. Oh my gosh, like, okay, I'm not putting in 315 grams of chocolate chips. That was a whole pack. 274 grams is what we're doing. Which, like, I'm not offended by the fact of doing more chocolate chips. We got some more, but, like, I don't think I've ever done a full pack of chocolate chips for a recipe. Like, what's up? Although this is taking up a lot of space in the bowl, so maybe this, I don't know. Shh. You are talking way too much today. Let's just mix it. I'm having flashbacks to the pizza dough when I was actually supposed to leave it on the counter overnight, and I surely didn't. Now I just threw it in the fridge and wondered, why didn't that work out? Well, common sense, Katie. From all the recipes you did, you should have clued in. Just saying not to overmix it. This feels real dry for some reason. We're not getting in there with our hands. This isn't a hand situation. Don't overmix it, silly girl. Oh yeah, she's coming together. We're all right. Although I'm sure some of the wetness, which would be the coconut oil, which is like now plastered to the side of the bowl because it got cold, is missing in the situation too. Okay, I wouldn't be against more chocolate chips, but it's just too much chocolate for my liking. I'm not doing more. So you do you feel it out. I'm so jelly of those people who can just like bake and cook and add things and take things away, and they just know what they're doing. And I mean, you could have done a better job than me for sure with the coconut oil, because look at that, because it's hard. Look at all those chunks of coconut. That's why it's probably not mixing that well. Shh, it's okay. It always works out. We'll just have nice little chunks of melted coconut oils in our muffins. It's all good. Okay, so I'm just gonna, you will mix better than I will. I have faith. If anybody actually ever even makes these recipes, dowdy pants.
Okay. For your information, we have almond flour.
Okay. And you can make your own almond flour too if you don't have it. Oh, are you talking about because I talked about the other recipe?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I just didn't make it because I don't know why. I should have. It was like whole wheat and almond flour and it'll look real good. This is a specific sourdough one. So we're just going to leave this in the fridge. I'm going to cover it up, put it in the fridge overnight. It's no time. Like 6? Really? We had BLTs for dinner. It was so good on a fresh bread. My friend Joe, he made BLTs that other night, and I was like, wow, how inspiring. It was so good. What was I saying? It might be like 6:30 right now. So I'm going to put it in the fridge until like 5:45 tomorrow and cook it 425 degrees. Whatever, we'll go over this in the morning. No, I won't. I won't go over this in the morning. 425 degrees. Preheat that oven. For how long? I don't remember, so we will go over it tomorrow. Hello, we're back, and I didn't go to the gym this morning, so it's actually 7:15. So I have the oven at 425 degrees. It's already ready. Set to use an ice cream scoop to fill them, and it's a great idea. I was just gonna say I usually use a measuring cup, but this is nice. Never used an ice cream scoop before. So that sat in the fridge overnight. We're gonna put these in the oven for 5 minutes at 425 degrees. And I said, why are we doing only 5 minutes of it? And I looked it up, and it's kind of cool. I mean, there's like science behind it, I guess, which I can't explain. But we're doing the 5 minutes because that's how we're gonna get our very tall looking bakery style. Like, this is just, that's too much. We gotta break that up. Muffins. So when you do the 5 minutes, there's something about steam from the eggs and the milk and all that trying to be steamed. So then it forces it to go up. So it makes for a taller muffin. And then you're gonna want to turn it down to 350 for the remainder of the time to cook it. I thought that was kind of cool though, because I was like, why am I doing this for 5 minutes? Didn't understand. Now I understand why. We want those beautiful sky-high muffins with clumps of coconut oil. So that's a fun little tip. The other fun little tip that I'm sure you figure out from my mistakes is, well, that coconut oil, and I let it sit at room temperature, because once you add those cold ingredients, it solidifies again. Silly me. So for most of my recipes, I find too that doesn't usually fill the tins that much. This recipe's like a solid 12 muffiner. We're gonna get some decent sized muffins here. I'm gonna finish this up, put it in the oven for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna lower the oven to 350. And I'll let you know how many more minutes I did after that. One more tip was, don't open that oven. After the 5 minutes, just go ahead and set your temperature to the lower temperature. Don't open it because that could affect the fries and the muffins and like steam escaping the oven. So just trust. I'm tired today, guys. Put on your light if you really need to see what's going on in there. They went in the oven for 425 for 5 minutes, and then I put them back in for 350, and it said to do it for 15 to 18 minutes, but because they were in the fridge, I think maybe that's why they needed a bit longer, and maybe also because I used coconut oil. So I put them in for 15 minutes, and then I did an additional 7 minutes after that. It didn't turn out sky-high bakery style, but I'm wondering if that is because, one, the coconut oil chunks, and two, because they were cold. They're very cold, so after being in the fridge, but they're cooked all the way through. And they're piping hot, which me and my mom are the same. We like a cool muffin. We like a hard chip. So these are nice, warm, and gooey, but maybe it would be really good with butter. I'm gonna try a little piece. Did you say no?
No with butter.
I say yes.
Oh, you like salt.
I don't like butter.
Oh, maybe salt.
That's really chocolatey. Huh. I don't have much to say. I don't love chocolate. It's a muffin. Prefer banana chocolate chip. But they're good. If you really like chocolate, these are good. They're double chocolate. I bet you I'll probably like them better in a couple hours when the chocolate chips harden if I put them in the fridge. I'm like, this piece won't stay over. Get over there with your friends. Okay. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'm going to bring the rest of these to share with my friends.